Hi there. Now we're going to look at lesson number 7. I see only the past. This idea is particularly difficult to believe at first, yet it is the rationale for all the preceding ones. Again, let me repeat this. I see only the past. It is the reason why nothing that you see means anything. It is the reason why you have given everything you see all the meaning that it has for you. It is the reason why you do not understand anything you see. It is also the reason why your thoughts do not mean anything and why they are like the things that you see. It is the reason why you are never upset for the reason you think. And it is the reason why you are upset because you see something that is not there. The reason for this is the mind, the human ego mind, is a recorder that has been recording experiences. And what we're projecting out there is always what we have learned in the past. So that is why we only see the past until we train our mind to not look through the filters of the past and begin to see things as they are today. Paragraph 2 says, old ideas about time are very difficult to change because everything you believe is rooted in time and depends on your not learning these new ideas about it. So let me read this again. This is really key. Old ideas about time are very difficult to change. So please be patient with yourself when you continue to project the past. Believe me, in 15 years, I still do that. I still see people and immediately the thoughts about what I remember about them come into my mind. What I am practiced at is recognizing that just because the thought about them comes to mind, what they did to me or what I expect that they'll do again, how they behaved, or maybe even it was a pleasant experience, I'm just remembering them from the last time that we had so much fun. So the mind projects, the ego mind projects that past out there. So it is a very difficult thing to change because everything that you believe is rooted in time and depends on your not learning these new ideas about it. So we have to train our mind to think in new ways. Yet, that is precisely why you need new ideas about time. So we have to change how we have perceived time. Instead of something that had been recorded and gets projected, we need to begin to experience time as now, fresh. The first time idea is not really so strange as it may sound at first. Let me repeat that because I actually messed that up. Sentence number 3 in paragraph 2 says, this first time idea is not really so strange as it may sound at first. Look at a cup, for example. Do you see a cup? Or are you merely reviewing your past experiences of picking up a cup, being thirsty, drinking from a cup, feeling the rim of a cup against your lips, having breakfast, and so on? Are not your aesthetic reactions to the cup too based on past experiences? How else would you know whether or not this kind of cup will break if you drop it? What do you know about this cup except what you learned in the past? You would have no idea what this cup is except for your past learning. Do you then really see it? Look about you. This is equally true of whatever you look at. Acknowledge this by applying the idea for today indiscriminately to whatever catches your eye. For example, I see only the past in this pencil. I see only the past in this shoe. Do you put on a pair of shoes and remember the last time you wore them? That's seeing only the past. If you pick up the pencil, that you pick it up at the bank and you see the label on it, that's looking at it from the past. I see only the past in this hand. Do you look at your hand and go, oh, I forgot to put lotion on it when I was in the bathroom an hour ago? You just went to the past. Or you look at your hand and you look at your wedding band and you go, oh, wow, what a great wedding. And that was 30 years ago. You just went to the past. Do you look at your hand and say, oh my gosh, look at that scar from when I fell a year ago? You just went to the past. I see only the past in that body. I see only the past in that face. You go to your family reunion and you see your grandmother, and last time you saw her was 7 years ago. You'll remember her as she was 7 years ago. Paragraph 5. Now, do not linger over any one thing in particular, but remember to omit nothing specifically. Glance briefly at each subject and then move on to the next. 3 or 4 practice periods, each to last a minute or so, will be enough. So again, I'll read lesson number 7. I see only the past. This is a fundamental lesson to really understand. We have to get comfortable that we are always projecting the past on the future until, not even the future, until the present moment, until we become consciously present in this now moment and begin to see things as they are, not as they were, not as our memory is telling us that they were. Because when we do that, what we are experiencing is overlaying on the present moment an expectation that things will either be like they were before, which means that our ego is going to want to change them if we didn't like them, or is going to want to try to hold on to them if it was something that we really liked. Thanks a bunch, and remember that we really are magnificent.